Hello, what's good on this gray, cold, blah afternoon? We had some warm days a bit ago, but got spoiled thinking that spring was finally here, but it's not. It's still definitely gonna make us wait for a little bit. This is gonna be my first ever video. This is my third attempt at making a first video. I have recorded my last 2 workouts and something has gone wrong every time. The first time the audio was horrible. I was really bad at talking. I'm a little better now. And the aspect ratio was all off. It was in like portrait mode and stuff. The second time, I feel like I improved on those 2 things, but a bunch of the video got corrupted. There's audio, but there's absolutely no video to like a solid 20 minutes of footage. I was gonna try to maybe salvage it, but I feel like that wouldn't be a good solid first video. So here we are again, take 3 for arms. The last day was legs, the one that got corrupted. The day before that was chest and back, that I recorded in a crappy aspect ratio. Now we are on arms, and hopefully I can mitigate those issues and make it good, you know, try to keep interesting topics. It's not like I can't recycle the ones I've already talked about because you haven't seen them. But anyway, hello, let me introduce myself, because you probably haven't seen me before. If you have, it was on my Instagram, in which case I don't talk on that either. So hello, I am 1, like the number. My real name is Dylan, for your information. I came up with that internet name because I think it sounds kind of cool. And I hear that you need like you need a brand to make it on social media. For people to pay attention to you, you have to be more than human and more interesting and special and stuff. So I'm gonna try to be down to earth. That tends to be the kind of person that I am. I'm pretty chill, but I'm still gonna occasionally try to maybe act a little more interesting or play something up a tiny bit, but I'm really bad at that in the first place. So I'm probably not gonna do it much anyway, you know. Maybe I tend to dress a little cool. I'd like to think. I try not to dress regular. I try to seem interesting, or no, not in like a I want attention kind of a way, because I don't. I'm bad at talking to people. I'm bad in social situations. I don't want attention, but I don't know, I don't like being average, if that makes sense. I'm sure a lot of gym goers, a lot of gym people can relate, you know, that it's kind of cool to be that extra percent above, that only a select few are strong and they work out and they're super fit and stuff. Like 99% of the population, or whatever percentage, doesn't interact with that at all. So already to be in that sphere is cool, right? But I feel like even it's so large from our perspective, being in it all the time, and it's quite diverse, that I try not to adhere to groups too much. Some people just want to be a part of a group, but I don't really want to be. I kind of want to do my own thing. But as for my own thing, my goals, you know, I'm starting to try to do YouTube because I don't want to work a 9 to 5 my whole life. If I can try to make this a job, or at least some kind of income, that'd be really cool. And on top of that, my dream is to be a bodybuilder. I want to be a classic physique bodybuilder. And if I can have that and then also kind of promote it through a platform I've already built, and kind of help take those steps to pave my way to an easier success, I think that's a good plan. Try to kind of get some people kind of knowing who I am now, get used to this process of making stuff, see if I enjoy it, see what works. So that way when, I have titles that people care about, and like I'm really devoting my life to doing that job, I'm already a couple steps ahead. I'm already, devoting a lot of my time to being as good of a bodybuilder as I can. I'm just, it takes years to get to that kind of stage ready size and conditioning and stuff. And I'm not quite at the size yet. I'm giving it some more time, some more bulking, cutting cycles before I can feel like I'm not going to place worst. I'm not going to place bottom on stage. I'd hate for my first ever debut show and I just bomb it. And I'm literally the worst on stage. God, that would be embarrassing. So I'm sure it happens. But like, I want to get up there first time debut and make waves. Even if I don't place first, I at least want to do top 5. That'd be sick as hell. But thinking it's sick as hell isn't going to do anything about that. It's not going to forward it. I got to actually get out there and get that done. I swear a lot, so occasionally if I appear to skip a word in a sentence, it's because I cut it out. And I know YouTube doesn't like that. So, also, another thing about YouTube, to my knowledge, is copyright music bad. The gym I go to likes its loud music, so the audio during the training sessions is probably not going to sound that great. I have a mic to try to make it sound a little better and pick up more of my voice than the music. But if it's kind of in and out and it's quiet and it's weird, I'm doing my best. If you have any tips for that kind of a thing, feel free to drop them in the comments or let me know DM me on Instagram or something, how to, make the audio better. I'm sure I could just go to a quieter gym, but this gym is so rad. It's got so many cool, really ancient old school machines that I've never seen before at any other gym. It's awesome. But I'm sure you'll see a lot of it. You're probably not going to see anything too crazy since it's arms. Arms doesn't really have that diverse of machines. But I'm going to try to use a couple that I like there. So the reason that my last video got corrupted a whole bunch is because apparently the recording app that I was using, because this is on my phone, the recording app that I was using to get a cool filter, as you can see there's dumb stuff all over the screen because I think it looks cool, apparently had a bug that just made it not record and corrupt footage occasionally. So yeah, that was cool. I did this entire, I think it was 16-minute car talk after the workout, and not a single frame of it was visually recorded. So that was a bummer. That sucked. But now I searched around for a couple other free ones. This looks decent, because some of them, the quality, it just looks like it's all gray on top of the screen. There's no actual grittiness or kind of, it doesn't really seem to actually add that much to it. But this one seems pretty decent. And plus I like the kind of cool little border filter thing around it. Obviously I'm still not used to talking to camera that much, so I'm gonna garble some things. There's gonna be cuts because I just pause for 5 minutes because I'm thinking about what I'm gonna talk about. I try to plan some things, but it doesn't always work that well. I say a lot to kind of save space. I say a lot, which I don't like that I say that, but it's just a tick that I notice in myself, that it's a thing that I say a lot. I try to keep it down, but I do say it a lot. So I hope this whole recording thing goes good. I think that's all I got for you for the pre-workout car talk. Let's just get in there. I hope you enjoy it. Fist bump. So, some shoulder stuff to do before the primary arm exercises. It's a heavy stack. Even one thing is 11 pounds. Okay. Oh, it's because it's in kgs. So it's 5 kilograms. Okay, I mean, there's a rope right there, right? Okay, face first. Okay, some dumbbells to finish off shoulders. I'll probably just wait for those, actually. Ooh. That those held ones really got my, yeah. I like to do them one at a time so I swing less. A little heavy for a first set. Okay. Side jump. Lighter weights. Can't go any further back. Yep. Okay. Forgot to mention, Starting with some heavy alternating dumbbell curls. And then once I kind of hit failure doing them supinated, I'm going to swap the hammer since it's a little easier. Okay. Okay. Tricep time. Really trying to keep my elbows together so that the set to stretch more. Okay. Whew. A little heavy, I guess. Okay. Little mid-workout kind of. A little lighter this time. Make sure my elbows are even with the joints. tricep something now. Okay, so this is like some kind of, I don't really know what it's called, but it's for triceps. I know I'm on screen right now, but normally you like sit down and put your elbows against this pad, but I kind of like it more using it backwards, like this. It's nice and full. Just feel my entire tricep. It's a little light, so it's okay. More of that for sure. Whew. Okay, so probably almost done. Maybe like one more thing for biceps after this. Whew. This one's a little bit heavier, so it's probably gonna be shorter set. Trying to really focus on letting it go up nice and high and squeezing my elbows deep for a big stretch. Holy crap. Drops that time. Okay. Oh my God. Ow. Holy. Almost done. Okay. Quick couple poses while there's nobody in the locker room. My triceps are like super full after that last exercise. We decided to call it without doing another bicep. Yes, I know this is called side chest, but it's good for shoulders and arms too. My left side's getting better. I used to not pose on my left side because my poses were so bad, but they've gotten better. Let's try that. Dude, I guess that's about it. See you in the car. Oof. That was what I like to call a good workout. Awesome lift. Dude, I was so pumped. I am so pumped. It's only like a couple minutes after, but as you can tell, I'm still a little out of breath, you know. Dude, my triceps were like so inflated that I could like barely straighten my arms all the way after that last set of the reverse tricep extension thing. I know it's not how the machine is designed, but I don't really care. It's so good. There you go. I didn't set up your tripod good enough. I'm gonna have to fix that at the next stop. Please don't fall over again. I'm gonna use this footage regardless. Yeah, I got going a little too fast. So normally I have a tripod. I just cram that in my passenger seat and just set the bottom so that it kind of pushes itself against the foot space so that it stays there. Normally that works good. I guess I didn't try hard enough this time because I take it out of the car every time I go to record in the gym. I don't have two tripods or anything like that. For the future of this, I should probably get like one of those suction cups that like sits to the inside of my car that has my phone on it. That'd probably be a little easier. But for now, you're on a tripod in my car. And I know that like these car talk style things, obviously, you know, the biggest, I'm pretty sure he's the biggest gym influencer YouTuber guy, Sam Sulek, does these. And I'm not trying to copy him. I'll try as I do this more and get used to making stuff to try to diversify my content and make it as unique to me as possible. But I really vibe with how Sam does his stuff, with how personal it is. It just kind of feels like you're there with him along for the ride. And that's what I'm kind of trying to emulate. Like, you're in my passenger seat. You're in the foot space of my passenger seat for some reason, because you're a weirdo and sit there instead of in the seat. And then you went along for my workout and watched me, and I don't know why you watched me and didn't work out. I assume you're gonna work out today, right? Or have worked out today already, right? You're not watching this and then not lifting. Oh, tripod, thank you for not falling over. It almost fell over. It's probably gonna almost fall over again. I might reach over and grab you, but I'd rather not crash and keep, focusing. So if you fall over again, I apologize. I'm still learning this. I'm trying my best, man. Again, the last time I'll talk about this, but I hope the audio sounded good during that workout. I'm sure it didn't sound amazing. I'll do my best to make it sound okay. Any tips to make it sound better? I just had to apologize again because I'm sure it's pretty atrocious. But I know that for the workout, I know a lot of people when they are like working two parts, be it arms or be it chest and back or legs or something like that. It's like two major groups. A lot of people like to do all of one then all of another. Personally, I'm more of a fan of like an alternating style. I don't quite superset it. I do multiple sets of one exercise, then I'm done with that. I do multiple sets of another exercise for the other part. I don't do like one set. I do 3, or 3, 2, or whatever. Normally I try to stay around 3 sets. If it's a really good workout, or if it's a really good exercise, I can do more. Sometimes I do 4. If it's feeling meh, or like I'm really burnt out on it already, and I feel like I'd have to go way lighter to get another good set out of it, I'll just do 2. But yeah, that's most of the time how I do it. That's kind of how we did it for shoulders too. Today's shoulders wasn't amazing. Personally, I like to do shoulders after my arms, because that way I kind of feel like I do more of it. I'm not rushed to get to arms. But my gym, you saw, and did it just cut out? I think it just cut out. My gym partner, my dad, likes to do like shoulders first and then arms. I don't really love doing shoulders first then arms. I like doing it after. But I mean, as long as they're getting the work, it doesn't really matter when they're in. I'm sure it matters a little, but for the most part, it's not too substantial when you place it in your workout. If you're like the top 1% and you're like pro bodybuilder level and you want to make sure your calves grow a teeny bit extra than your quads, put your calves first in your leg day split, or work them with more frequency or something. But for most people, for the average lifter, I feel like ordering of your workout is more just kind of up to preference. Like, there's also some exercises I just don't really like doing first for a specific muscle, for biceps. I like doing pretty much anything other than preachers first. because preacher curls are so big on the stretch that like I feel like I'm gonna pop them off if I do them first. Like I warm up a little for everything, and I feel like even for the smallest muscles, it's nice to do at least a little bit of warm up first. But I like doing an entire exercise as warm up for preacher curls because they're just so much of a strain and a stress. I know, I'm sure we've all seen those videos of stuff going wrong on preacher curls. And I don't know about you, but I might rather die than recreate that. I don't want that to happen. And plus, just I feel like it puts a lot of strain on my tendons if I do preacher curls cold. So I like putting those a little later in my bicep workout. Sometimes there's other things like that, like I like doing a press first for chest, then a fly afterward. But that it's not set in stone. It's just kind of what I found feels the best. And yes, I don't really work with like a consistent, or not consistent, but with a set program. You know, I have a split that I do the Arnold split, chest, back, legs, arms. I think the original Arnold split is chest, backs, arm, legs, but I like doing it the other way. Yeah, and then a rest. I know that was a little garbled, so I'll repeat. Chest, back, legs, arms, rest, and then repeat. I like splitting up chest and back and arms with the legs. Because, you know, in chest and back, your arms come into play a lot. Like, there's really nothing you can do about that. In pretty much any kind of press, your triceps are going to get a little involved. In pretty much any kind of pull or row or pull down, your biceps are going to get a little involved. So I like to split them up a little bit so that I don't immediately hammer my arms after doing a chest and back day. My arms are already going to be a little tired. I'd like to give them at least a day, leg day, where they're not really doing a whole lot. Give some time for whatever little bit of damage they incurred to kind of recover, so that way I can hit them again. Have a rest day, a designated rest day, and then chest and back afterward. That has seemed to be working pretty good. I've been doing that since pretty much the start of this year. Before that, I was doing a couple different splits and stuff. That's what I started this year with, and for me, scheduling rest days helps, it seems. Just because I tend to push and push and push and push, and I don't really give myself any rest days if I don't program them. Like unless I'm injured or sick, I tend to just work out 7 days a week, every week. So having programmed rest days really has seemed to help. I just started a cut today, but I've been bulking for the last months, and I felt like I was really struggling to put on the pounds. I'm a hard eater. I've been skinny all my life. Putting up the weight is way harder for me than putting down the weight. So when I started introducing rest days at the beginning of this year, I noticed a noticeable increase in the speed at which I was accruing weight. I'm not sure if that's partially just I was burning less calories or was giving myself more time to recover. So I wasn't just in a state of constantly like re-damaging myself and not giving enough time to actually grow anything. I'm sure it was a bit of both, but whatever it is, it helped. But now we're swapping to a cut phase. My second ever cut at the end of my second ever bulk. And yeah, that should be good. I'm obviously not really going to be gaining any muscle during this cut phase. I'm just going to be trying to hold on to my strength for as long as possible. Recently, I heard that trying to hold on to your strength is important for natties in a cut, to really hold on to that muscle. Like if you just let yourself get way weaker, you're going to get a little weaker regardless. It's just the nature of the beast. But trying purposefully to hold on to that strength, even if it means lowering volume, but keeping up that intensity, keeping up that strength will help you hold on to a lot of muscle. I didn't do that last cut, and I feel like I likely lost a little bit of size during that cut. Obviously, I regained it with the coming bulk, but I'd rather not have to fight to regain muscle that I've lost. I'd rather fight to just gain muscle. I'd rather not bring my muscle down and then have to climb it back up. I'd rather keep my muscle at a level and then I'll get a head start already. Obviously, like I said, you're gonna lose a little, but trying to minimize that as much as possible, I feel, is gonna lead to your best look, best strength. And I mean, that's what we're all here for, right? Like cutting into summer. Normally, I'm not much of a going out kind of guy, so it's not like really anybody's gonna see my abs, but I'm gonna know they're there. And that's what really matters, right? You guys are gonna see that they're there now. You obviously weren't here for last summer or the winter because this is the first ever video, but you'll see the abs, trust me. They're there. They're still teeny bit visible in this bulk. I got decent obliques and my abs are okay. I got like a semi-visible 4-pack in good lighting right now. I got kind of chunky abs. Not chunky, like thick abs. So as I trim down, they should become nice and visible. I have interesting like fat deposition on my body. My arms and my chest, my shoulders and my chest really hold on to like nothing. Like I still have like minor chest striations, even like peak bulk, but my abs are barely visible. My legs have like no definition whatsoever. Like my glutes, bro, you couldn't even call them glutes. It's just butt at this point. Girls would be jealous, trust me. So that's where it's gonna have to go first, or that's where it's gonna have to be the hardest to get it all down during the cut. Like my arms and my chest and stuff is gonna get veiny early. But the actual important parts, like that might take a little time to reveal. But what are you gonna do? It's part of the process. You gotta peel off that chrysalis around the butterfly that has been created. But this strange metaphorical butterfly then goes back into a chrysalis afterward to get even more beautiful and then rehatches. And it does that multiple times until its body dysmorphia goes away. I've never heard of a butterfly like that, but you understand what I'm saying. Anyway, I can kind of catch myself going on a bit of a ramble, so I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna head home, eat some dinner, probably try to have something high protein, because I know, again, we're cutting now. So I'm not gonna pile on the snacks and the sweets, try to keep it manageable. I trust that you're gonna do the same. And probably gonna be a rest day tomorrow. And then I'll see you for chest and back. I hope this came out better than my last couple ones, and I really hope you see this.